frustration. The question is, why am I frustrated? Okay. We need to just focus on that. Okay, what happens? Where am I looking for my answer? Sometimes when we're looking for the answer, we're looking for the answer in the wrong place. Sometimes the question is, where else can I look for the answer? Not just looking for the answer, but where I look for the answer. One of the things you always want to be aware of and be assured of is the problem is here. The problem is here. It is my understanding of what I see. My understanding of it, therefore I start looking in the wrong place. I had a friend that I hadn't seen in probably 30 years. He came to Chicago for a medical convention. I went to see him. We laughed. We talked about old football days, old high school days, chasing girl days. And it came time to go, and I said, it was nice seeing you. You take care. Well, he said, well, I'm here for a few more days. You know, we used to party together and that. And I said, in all innocence, I said, I don't know what we would do. That was an innocent statement because I really didn't know, because I'm not the person that I was when we knew each other. He was offended. He took it as an affront to him, all right, when it was not meant that way at all. It is not meant as an affront to anyone. I'm just making a statement. I don't know what I will talk to you about. I don't know what we will do, because I don't do any of the things that we used to do. I don't do it. Okay? So his perception and my meaning were two different things. In here. In here. It is the same when you were young and you talked to your parent. Your parent would tell you one thing and you would think something else. You thought you knew better. But it was two different perspectives. One was with experience and the other was lack of experience. Desire, personal desire, a personal thought here. Okay? I know when they talk to me, they tell me very wise things, but I didn't want to hear it because I wanted to do what I wanted to do. Okay. Got me in a lot of trouble, just like they said it would. But now I know. The problem is our perspective. If you carry these ideas with you, you can't see beyond the idea structure. I listened to the former chief of police talking about the breakdown of order because people are no longer respecting the police. I mean, that's the reason. When he didn't see that people disrespect the police because the police are acting like thugs. And the other policemen are covering up for them, and they have done this ever since I have been alive. In the African American community, we've been saying, this is happening. People are framing us, people are beating us, people are shooting us, people are killing us. No one paid any attention. We're saying that about policemen. No one's paying attention because in the white experience, that is not their experience. So they're not listening. Oh, no, that can't be. That's officer friendly. No, to you it's officer friendly. To me, that's a Ku Klux Klan MF. Okay? My point is, he has a point of view that does not allow him to hear the other half of what is really being said. Now you say that we're going to have to do something about the protesters, but you're not saying what we're going to have to do about the police, the root of the cause. The root of the cause of what is happening. See, we have to look at the whole picture and find a solution. This young man that shot and killed the police, I understand him completely. Let's see. 60 years ago, I was him. I understand his anger. I understand his frustration. I understand. I wanted to do the same thing. Honestly, deep in my heart, I wanted to just go out and kill white people. Now, from this point of view, I realize how narrow that was and that it would not solve the problem, but would complicate the problem. Two different perspectives. So it is this and this that makes a solution. We have to look at what the problem really is and solve the problem. What is the problem? It cannot be identified emotionally, because emotionally I will only look at it from that perspective. It doesn't matter whether it's a global problem or a personal problem between me and my friend, me and my mate, me and my mother, me and my father, me and my brother, me and my sister, anybody. I have to look directly at what the problem is. What is the problem? What is the problem? Now, in terms of what we do here, the problem has been identified for you. Now, the issue is following the instructions to the letter. There's another problem in that. The mind pairs. It will hear a word and go drift off into a conversation in here about that word that it hears and forget where the point is. All of a sudden we go, I didn't hear that before. Well, why? Because I wasn't following to the end. My mind heard a word, paired off, and went this direction. Okay? Personal stuff. Emotional stuff. Where is the problem? Now, I've said the problem is your mind. That's the problem. We want to think that we're smart. We want to think we're intelligent. We want to think all these things because everyone wants to be the hero of their story. When I was a kid, I'd be lying to my grandmother, and I'd be so upset because she'd tell me, "You're lying." No, I'm not, knowing full well I was lying. Yeah, I mean, I can tell from the laughter, some of you know what I'm talking about, okay? Knowing full well I was lying. But I want to be the hero of my story. Yeah, right. To be the hero of your story, what do heroes do? Heroes save people. You have to save yourself. To be the hero of your story, you can't be the villain. To be the hero, you have to save you, and that means you have to look at the truth about what you're doing and accept that truth. Yes, it humbles you, thank goodness. It brings you down a notch. See, when I talked about the ex-chief of police, he hasn't been humbled enough to know that, well, let's take it what happened over here on the drive when they shot and killed that boy. There's the tape. Boy's going down the street this way. Cop comes up, gets out of his car, draws his gun, shoots him down 6 times. What's to debate? Why did it take almost an act of Congress to get the tape? Why are you covering it up? Why did it, all that mumbo jumbo bullshit about, well, we had to be sure, there it is on the tape. I don't know how much more sure you can get of that than that. There it is. I have an opinion. Don't bother me with the truth. I have an opinion. No. Therefore, the problem can't be seen and can't be dealt with. Same thing with every individual. See, I want to do what I want to do, and then when it goes wrong, I don't want to accept the fact it's because of my thought process. I'm not saying the thought process was wrong. I'm just saying it comes up short when you don't have the experience. So now I'm saying to you, okay, we're going to eliminate that. We're going to do it like a mathematical theorem. Here's the problem, is the mind. Now here's what you do to prove the point. Here's your proof. Do this. And if you do this, you will see. So what we've done is help you solve the problem. It's like mathematics. If in order to solve the problem, you have to go all the way back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up through and including calculus, every time you want to solve a problem, no. That's why they have it already down in books. Here you go. Learn this step, learn this step. Ah, now we're here. That's why it's compressed. That is what we've done here. We've compressed it for you to pay attention. It's difficult. The nature of the mind is to pair. What do? We pair and we don't go, whoa, wait a minute. Something is being said here. Something has been given here. What is it? Oh. Okay. Oh, this follows this, follows this, follows this, follows this. Oh, okay. I get it. I get it. This is the point. So, we don't do that. For many reasons. There is no solution in your mind. The solution is in your action. Your action. You think the way you think because you had a reaction to events in your life, starting before birth. Major impact at birth and thereafter. Emotional reaction. Now what you take is this child, this baby, this embryo, with no experience at a physical world. Something happened. It reacts because it doesn't know what is happening. It has a reaction, an energy reaction. Now, it does not have a thought reaction, a word reaction, because it has no words. So then, how can the solution be in the thought? It is in the action. If it was set up by action, the only way to dissolve it is by action. That's the only way. I'm thinking about it. Something beautiful about that word. About it. About. That's it. About. You got to hit it right on. And for that, one must remember to do the proper action at the proper time. You say, but I got all this other stuff I got to do. I'm going to look at you and say, bullshit. You must do it while you are doing other things. Because anything else is just an excuse not to do it. But to say, but Ananda, I'm thinking about it. And I'm looking at you saying, is there something wrong with you? Don't think about it, hit it right on the head. Right on the head. Not about it. Here is the solution. Change the energy. How do you do that? Accepting what you feel, relaxing, letting that energy move. So you're now creating a new behavior. It's in the energy. It's locked in the energy. Didn't you notice every time something happened you didn't like, you tightened up? Didn't you notice that? Well, tightening up causes the energy to lock. It carries words in there. You put words in that, and you lock it in there. Not really knowing what it really means, but you got an opinion of what it means. Therefore, when something happens, you say things that are not related to actually what the problem is. That is, a person is sick or in pain. They say to me, "Oh, you asshole." They're not talking to me. What is happening? See, I know what's happening. They're feeling pain. And they don't know how to relate to releasing that energy, so they react out here. And that out here has nothing to do with not feeling well in here. Has nothing to do with not feeling well in here. So what we react to is not liking how we feel. Not the issue. I don't like how this feels. Well, then, feeling has to do with the energy of it. Then you have to let go of the energy of it. You can't let go of the energy of it by reasoning. When you start to think, okay, you go, oh, technique. Because technique is an action. You created it by an action. You must release it by an action. The proper action. If you turn on a water faucet, the water is running. You can think all day, turn off, turn off, turn off. No, those are words. To turn it off, you have to perform an action. To free the energy block in your body, you have to perform an action that allows it to release. Therefore, once that happens, that energy feels differently. It feels good. Oh. So now your reaction to the world, you feel good about that action. You feel good about being in the world. So now you see the world differently. Oh, you can see the world more truthfully and more honestly now because you're not looking through your emotionalism. Now the energy is running clean. You see the world more cleanly. You see the problem for what it is. And you deal with the problem for what it is and not your reaction to it. There is no reaction, there is an action. Reaction. I reacted to what you said. Well, why should I do that? I can act upon it, because if I react to what you said, I don't know what you said. It's just about the facts. Just about the facts. Okay? Putting aside the personal and solving the problem. What's right is right. It's not about who is right. It's about what is right. What solves the problem? What solves the problem is the releasing of the energy that causes you to have habitual behavior. Habitual behavior. Think about it. A habit. It responds like this all the time. Yet, we as human beings talk about freedom. America is the land of the free. No, it's the land of the biggest number of idiots I've ever seen. The biggest number of slaves I've ever seen. Slaves to their habits. Slaves to habitual ways of thinking. I saw a young woman interviewed on, I think, Hanratty or some idiot's show. Hannity, whatever it is. Her first words out of her mouth, young black woman, it's been 200 years of slavery. And that boy didn't do it. And the other black people around her say, yeah, he did. Okay. What I'm saying is she had a comment that was pat in her own mind, and how did she make herself look? The issue is about this man shooting policemen. Why are you saying he didn't do it? They got him over there dead with the clips and all that. They know who he is. Why would you say that? See, it's about what's right. That was habitual stock information from here. No. We've got to deal with what is true. Not all white people are devils, just a few. Not all black people are saints, just a few. There's just as many black devils as there are white devils, as there are Chinese devils, as there are whatever else kind of devils you can name. Because the devil shit comes from the divided mind mentality. The emotionalism. See, it's not about who, it's about what. It's not the color of one's skin or the genitalia a person has. It's about this. Am I willing to see the truth and deal with what is true? Am I willing to do that? I am. That takes courage. It takes courage to stand for what is right, but it takes knowing what is right. And that takes being separate from an emotional opinion. What is going on right here, right now, because that is what I have to deal with right here, right now. That is what I have to deal with. The truth now. What happened 200 years ago happened 200 years ago. What we're dealing with is now. What we're dealing with is you and me right here, right now. What is going on between us right here, right now? That's what we are dealing with. Nothing else. Right here, right now. My first jump out of an airplane, I'm tough. And when you get up there and you look down, you go, shit, man. I'm not going to do that. Well, when you got a jump master standing behind you, you're going to do it. Push out of the plane. What do? Do you think, no, you pull the ripcord because you're dealing with the issue that is in front of you right here, right now. If you don't pull that cord, you don't have to worry about anything else. Right here, right now is the problem. Let us solve it right now. Let us solve it right here, right now. That is a truth that goes for things between us as people, but it goes in here, right now. That is, in this moment, when you're feeling frustration, you're feeling angry, you're feeling whatever all those words are that you put on that energy, which I'm telling you is just an energy flow or a non-flow, has nothing to do with all those words. Deal with letting it run. Right now. Not later, not in 30 seconds, but right here, right now. Now we have a chance of understanding it because it's here now. You don't have a chance of understanding it once it's gone. It's gone 15 minutes, and here you are doing the technique 15 minutes later. What? Somebody throws a punch at your face. Do you duck 5 minutes from now? Or do you duck now? Do you pull the ripcord now? Because now is the issue. In here, you've been told what the problem is. Pull the ripcord. Do the technique now. Be the observer. You will see. You will see. You may come up with it. Well, this doesn't solve the issue out here. Cops are still shooting us. Yeah. But all the anger that you had didn't stop that either. If that were the case, we've been angry for I don't know how long. Still ain't solved. So now I may as well feel pretty good about me and go ahead and deal with the issue. May as well. Because to feel otherwise only tends to bring me psychological dishealth. Makes me like this all the time. Makes me an idiot. Makes me deal with a lie all the time. And we wonder why our lives are the way they are. I will tell you again. This is the only hell you will ever live in. This is the only hell there is the hell that you put upon yourself. Therefore, the only heaven or leaven there ever is the one you open yourself to knowledge, to understanding. It's all right here. It's all right here. Huh.